Good evening. Welcome to this channel about past lives and reincarnation. First, I have this question from a viewer. Do you think that the rise in people doing sex change operations and identifying as trans has something to do with people having been the opposite sex in a previous life? Right. So this is what I think is going on. I think all spirits can choose. They have it in them. They can be boys, they can be girls. Right? It's like a job, basically. So when you start a new life, well, you've seen kids, right? One of the first things that they become very interested in is to find out what they are, right? And they say, okay, so I'm a boy, and that's a girl, very interested in this. And then they start to learn what it is like to be that gender. So they look at, if you're a boy, for instance, you look at your father or your brothers or other males, and you watch them closely. And you see, what are they doing? How are they acting? What is the attitude, right? That's how you learn. Of course, same thing with girls. They look at the mother. That's what it's like to be a woman. So it's basically a job. And, like being a baker or anything. Of course, you want to learn how to be a baker. Right? You don't start fixing cars when you're a baker, right? You want to make bread. So what they are doing now is so insane, according to me. Because now they introduce this idea to the kids that they can choose. So the guy realizes that he's a boy, right? And then somebody comes along and says, well, you can be a girl if you want. And this is very confusing to a spirit, of course. Some of these kids, they say, okay, so I'll try it. Yeah, let's say it. I want to be a girl now. I'll get some attention. Maybe this will be fun. It's devastating. They are totally destroying these kids. Yeah, it's a big shame. I hate it, what they are doing. So that's what I think. That's why we see more and more of this. Because some idiots are putting this in the minds of the kids. That's why. They can all shift if they want. It's not a problem for a spirit to be any gender. We have been different genders in the past. I think all of us. I was a woman once. Right. Kind of liked it, but I was weak. And that was the main breaking point for me. I decided I want to be a man. See, I was too weak. I couldn't defend myself. And I was killed. See. So I've been a man since then, and I like it. I think it's good to focus on one gender if you can, because you become better at it, right? And I can actually sense this when I talk to spirits. They have a male energy, sort of, male attitude, or a female attitude. And you can tell the difference, usually. All right. Next thing. Now, I get a lot of questions about this. So how do I remember my past lives, right? And I think fear is key. You can't be afraid, basically. You have to be courageous. You have to be able to face whatever comes up. And one of the biggest fears, I think, that people have in general is this one. They are afraid what people might think of them. They don't want to be strange. This is not good. You have to deal with this. And I saw a comment, I think it was a lady who said, I have a big fear to be seen as abnormal. I can totally relate to this. See, I've been abnormal for most of my life. So I got used to it, you know. And I think that's the key. You have to start acting out your strangeness. You have to be sort of abnormal. And don't be afraid of it. And then see the reactions and deal with it. You see? Let people react to it. Be different. I think that's the best therapy. Just be strange. I think you could do it on purpose, actually, if you want to deal with this thing. Just start saying strange things when you're with people. You know? Do it on purpose. Start walking in a strange way. You know? And face whatever is coming from others. I think it's a great therapy, actually. Don't be afraid to be different. Right. Here's something else from another comment. It's no accident all this information is appearing at this time in our history. Yeah. Right. So I've been looking a lot at this, what's happening, right? And this is my sort of gut feeling about the whole thing. I think it started a long time ago, of course. I think spirits in general, they know they are trapped. They know it. Maybe they will feel some surges and feel, happiness, but in the long run, they are slowly becoming worse. They feel a bit worse for every lifetime. This is bad news, I know, but that's what I see. And I think spirits know it. They know this. And of course they want to do something about it. So they are looking for answers. Right? And it's basically a case of knowledge. Knowledge is the key to this. And this knowledge about us, about who we are, really, it's been around for thousands of years. People knew this in the past. And this knowledge has been pushed down and by people who didn't like this knowledge. And then lies have been stacked on top of it. There's a funny thing with the truth, and that is when a spirit gets a glimpse of it, they become very, very interested. And I'm a very good example of this, because when I was about 13, 14 years old, I was very much looking for answers. And then I got this book about out-of-body experiences. Somebody gave me this book. Well, I borrowed it. And I read the book. And it was like lightning struck me. It was I became so excited about this thing. I've been looking for anything, really, and there was nothing. With the people around me, as I was living then, nobody knew anything about it. Nobody talked about it, see? And there was religion, but they didn't know either. That's what I thought. So when I got that book, something happened, and I became so excited about the whole thing. And of course, when the spirit finds out, and finds this thing that is talking to him, he will not stop. He will be looking for more and more knowledge about this. I think this is what's going on. And maybe it started big time, maybe in the 40s, I don't know, long time ago. And it exploded with the internet, of course. Because now all of a sudden this knowledge, which has been around all this time, right, in books, basically, now it was available. And people started to find it. And as I said, when people see it, this knowledge about who they really are, they will go bananas, basically. So they want more. Right. And this is exactly what they don't want. The people who are trying to make us into slaves. This is really what this battle is about, in my opinion. They want to stop this. Right. But this is so strong now. It's you can feel it, don't you? Right? People are looking for this knowledge. This is the knowledge. Who are you, really? That's the big question. You know? So it's great. And it's no accident, of course. This knowledge has been pushed also. It's been silenced, but it's been pushed. We have to get this knowledge out to people about who they are. And so it's no accident. It's looking good. All right. Be good.